situation where a governor gathers judges or brings a chief judge or any person whatsoever to display to the public that he's giving them cars as if he's doing them a favor, as if he's being very magnanimous and generous in giving them cars, it is condemnable. That he's building courtrooms or quarters for them, it is unconstitutional, it is demeaning, and it takes away from the independence of the judiciary. If the judiciary needs cars, if the judiciary needs houses for the judicial officers, if they need courtrooms, if they need anything, it should be put in the budget of the judiciary, and the judiciary should be able to manage the budget meant for them and acquire those things. No member of the executive should do that for them. But then, does that for the legislature. But then why can't the judiciary? Why can't the judiciary should be subjected to such humiliation? Why can't the judiciary also reject if they feel that those those kind of benevolent acts have ulterior motives behind them? Why can't they say they don't want it? I am not talking, let us leave at the ulterior motive. The fact of it, whether there is an ulterior motive or not, is condemnable. I don't want to start inquiring into the state of mind of the governor. He belittles the judiciary and should not, in any circumstance, be tolerated. Okay, well, fine. If the judiciary needs anything, it should be put in the budget of the judiciary. The judiciary should be allowed to handle it. No member of the executive should do that for the judiciary. We cannot make it look as if you're giving a gift to the judiciary. Until we get away from that mindset, we'll never be able to address this issue. Well, we are going to come because back. The executive cannot go to the legislature to receive gift. The executive cannot continue to pretend to be a big brother to the judiciary to determine what they get. It should go to them as of right if it is a budgeted item. It is not for the government to share them and bring cameramen. It's humiliating. It takes away from the individual. Let us call a spade and situate this conversation.
Ab initio, Tinubu said that he's going to give APC Edo State. That particular statement is enough to tell you that no other person can win Edo. And then two, when the matter went to tribunal, remember at the appeal court, Igadolo went to court, and the appeal court said that yes, they have seen evidence of overvoting, which has given Egbebodo victory, but that PDP needed to convince them. Look at the contradiction. Look at the useless technicality that was used. You as a court, you have seen that there was overvoting, but you are waiting for the litigant to come and convince you. You are saying it a lot. If they're not going to say no, this is not victory. You can see what I'm talking about. So because Tinubu wanted the Edo State, so they will do everything to give it to him. It's as simple as that. If he did not make such a statement, I don't think we'll be running from pillar to post over this matter. So it will not be possible for anybody to win Edo as long as Tinubu has spoken. That is one. Then two, the other number you are talking about. In fact, I am so happy that what happened. That means from now on, the people can be checkmating any infraction in our electoral system. In the days of that man would have gotten away with it, where you will come with the big manism. I am the deputy governor. In fact, I am the god of election. Therefore, I must go to where I'm not supposed to go. I thank God they confront. I wish it to go around, even in the coming elections. Let the people challenge anybody who want to commit electoral infraction on the day of election. Yes.
Barrister, that confrontation didn't yield any result. Because it didn't yield any result because at the end of the day,
at
the end of the year, the APC candidate still won. Even in Okachukwu's polling unit.
He lost.
Yes.
APJ won.
Yes.
Lost.
No, APC had in Okachukwu's polling unit specifically.
The warning is out there. ADC youth are saying, look, Mr. President, no matter who you appoint, even if you take your spokesperson, Bayo Ononuga, you understand, all of us understand what Bayo Ononuga represents to the president. And the youths are warning, look, the person that should replace Bayo Ononuga should be a man of integrity, somebody that will put Nigeria's interest over that of partisan politics.
With the way it is, Pastor the show say body language. The body language we're getting now from the political space.
It depends on the leadership. I believe that when a country gets tired of bad leadership, one day they are going to turn a new leaf and say, look, we are tired of this mess. We have been in this valley for too long. The day, the north, the southwest, southeast, south, northwest, the day the good people in these areas come together and say, look, we want to change. That day, Nigeria will change. Like the election you mentioned, remember, it was a collective. Even as a Muslim ticket, Nigerians came out and voted for a man they believe is popular and will do the work. But what happened? So these youth that are talking from the north, I see them as hired hands. They are talking to the wrong person. Let them talk to their leaders. The same way they voted for how to send emissaries to them, to appease them. So the same people, you should be talking to them because they are the ones. They are the ones that contributed to this mess. They are the ones who should be talking to their leaders. Tell the man you brought into office that you see this INEC chairman or whatever. We don't want somebody like him as this one is existing. As he's leaving the office, tell him to bring a credible human being and there should be a guideline which you must follow. Even if you bring an angel, the IREF and the Beavers must be what? Actionable. It must be legally written in our constitution, in the electoral guideline. That is the only glitch here. I think that thing that Mahmoud was talking about is not even, the only glitch is that this thing was not legally binding. So you can't go to court with it. So these are things I expected the North to do if they are serious about credible election. And their youth should be asking their leaders, how come we have been in government for over 50 years out of our 65 years of government, yet we have nothing to show for it? Rather, every election cycle, you see the northern leader looking for how what will favor them, not what will favor Nigeria. By the time it boomerang and backfires, they will start looking for somebody to blame. Like this insecurity now, Fina and all of us here, please, who brought it into Nigeria? Who? You all know the truth. So why is it that every time when things are go bad, they will start pointing fingers, looking for somebody to blame? Are they not the one that contributed to tribute presidency? So why are they crying now? This insecurity, are they not the one that brought it? Why are they crying now? Unfortunately, we have not been united in facing this problem. Calling out a spade, call a spade here. If we have been doing that, maybe the people should have learned their lesson. They should have been asking themselves a question. How can you say you love Nigeria? You now went all over the place and brought terrorists into Nigeria. And since that time, everything has gone haywire.
Okay, thank you, Barrister.
Mr. Afocha, we are back again to the issue of the powers of the president, or who should appoint the INEC chairman. Now, by the end of this year, towards the end of this year, Mahmoud Yakubu is going to exit. So what do you expect? What is the kind of person that we need as chairman of the election umpire?
Well, the kind of person we need as the chairman of the election umpire is a person of integrity, and a person who should be transparent, first of all, and have the interest of the masses at heart, like the youths have said. But one thing in Nigerian politics, and it's all about propaganda, the youth have gathered, they have said it. What are they doing in order to actualize it? Then, have we pointed out the errors in the last election that made people think that it is not free and fair? That made people think that it is he who pays the piper, that he takes the tone. I have to warn the youths. In one of the movies, The Good, Bad, and Ugly, one of the actors there say, if you want to shoot, don't talk. Beautiful. Why are you saying it should be Bayo Onanoga or you should not? Why are you speculating? You should be able to say, list out the qualities of a good electoral umpire. Taking cognizance of the umpires in several countries. What are they? What are their qualifications? Then now you come to the checkmate of the executive power. How do we checkmate this executive power? In putting the person of his own who will not have the interest of the masses. Then if it warrants that there should be a need for electoral reform before the exit of Mahmoud, the electoral reform should be done. If it means that they should not call for a certain kind of nominations or pools of whom do you think has the integrity to do this, let it be done.
Okay, so essentially, you have said something that is quite instructive. If you want to shoot, don't talk. So the youths, they should also walk the talk. It's not just about coming out to say.
You know, this is out of several parties. This is youth. One youth saying, it's like one the Agboro in Oshodi Park telling the Agboro in Bini Park that we are the person that we determine. So this is one section of the youth talking. Nigerian youth have not spoken.
So as a collective of Nigerian youths, what do you, in specific terms, what do you expect them to do? You have said list out the kind of person that we need, person of integrity, person that has credibility and all of that. So, and you said, is it to nominate? Who is going to do the nomination? In specific terms, can you tell us, can you outline what you expect the youth to do hands-on?
The social media are there.
Okay.
They should start organizing workshops of the debate. The debate should start now. Who becomes? From there, nomination will start coming up. I'm suggesting this person, he has done this, he has done that, he has done that. There is what we call a pre-performance certificate. Show us what you have done before you tell us what you are going to do.
But would you listen to us?
Sorry. In all of this, if the president ignores whatever the youth put out there, and takes his own personal decision as his votes to do, what should I expect?
That is when the Nigerian youth should come together and shoot the shoot, and they should stop talking. You have your vote, you come out, you vote, you defend it.
Okay.
The logical conclusion.
All right, Barrister Darlington, 1993 election in Nigeria is tagged the most credible. And that was actually because of a particular man who superseded or who was in charge of the electoral umpire then. We're talking about late Thompson Rosso. Do you think Nigeria at this point in time is going to ever get to that stage again where we'll have someone that we can say is having or who organized a credible election?
When you know that we are strange bedfellows, let us not be sentimental about this thing. There are people who don't believe in Nigeria. From independence till now, they have shown it. I ask you a question here. How can anybody tell me that he loves Nigeria yet he brought terrorists to come and be tormenting us? Please. Does that person really mean Nigeria?
Barrister, Nigeria is not the only multi-ethnic society.
Why? Hold on, I'm coming. Did anybody in Ghana do what these people did?
Yes, they did, and Ghana, the Ghanaians.
Hey, hold on. Those people came into Ghana. Yes, Ghana came in. But here, you invited them. A president of this country was sued to court by elders of this land. Banjo, this other person, all of them, they came together and sued Buhari to court for being behind insecurity in Nigeria for 50 billion naira. Have I not said this here before? Tell me another country.
When they came to Ghana, it took a president to change the power.
Good.
So why don't we have a president that will also change?
Oh my God, it's the same thing. In fact, you haven't answered my question. Why should the president who loves Nigeria do such a thing? And all of you kept quiet. Nobody said up till now it has continued. I expect them to go there. So that this same United Nigeria I'm talking about can never happen except all of us come together.
Barrister.
But as long as some people believe in violence, you are not going anywhere.
All right, Barrister, thank you.
Let us call them and ask them, why are you causing terrorism in Nigeria?
Help me link this to the conversation we're having now. About this. You're talking about insecurity. Help me link it to the issue of voting in Nigeria. Help me, please.
Look, we are talking about you that issue they wanted. I hope you know.
Yes.
This youth today, they came from an elder. And you know how these elders control their youth over there. Is that not true? That's why I told that these people that said they are just hired hand, they are just talking on their own. Maybe they gave them some this to go issue a statement. You cannot hold water.
The political party actually spoken at the end.
Except their leaders come out with sincerity.
Okay, so the solution you're preparing now is leaders coming out with sincerity.
Exactly, to tell us why they are doing what they are doing to Nigeria.
What exactly? Insecurity.
Sorry?
Insecurity, right?
Yeah, they don't love Nigeria.
Okay,
it's not yours.
So Nigeria should not vote?
So you cannot be united except there is a united effort to make sure that Nigeria exists.
Let's bring it back to the conversation of voting and not voting. Electioneering. Let's bring it back to that.
Mr.
Moses, yes, Barrister.
In Kano, you saw how toddlers voted against Jonathan. We saw it. In fact, the election in Kano should have been in fact, it should have been under litigation by now, or even after.
Yes,
good.
Yes, indeed,
now,
that's your forte. Why didn't lawyers sue?
Hold on, I'm coming now. Hold on. The Kano reg wanted to bring out the actual results of Kano in favor of a certain region in this country. Doesn't want us to move forward. That is just the issue here.
What do we do?
If you left for you now, listen. If you left for you now in the south, you have to say, look, the world has left us behind, and we don't want to be left behind. Our other brothers, if you don't want Nigeria to move forward, if you don't want to, then tell us.
So you're calling for restructuring?
What else? Is that what APC
is in your own words, is that what you're calling for?
Moses, if restructuring can, after all, Britain just moved that from Europe.
Are you calling for restructuring?
Restructuring and then regionalism. If you want to continue with terrorism and violence, continue. But
we have better elections.
We have this in first.
Are we going to have better elections if that is done?
In fact, you can't bring your terrorism into my territory.
There is fire on a mountain. Oye Banji is in trouble. Hey, there is fire on a mountain top. Oye Banji get wahala. Presidency summon Ekiti government. They said your Oga Fayemi is working with ADC. That Rotimi Amechi don't talk. Say now him and Fayemi from ADC. And Oyebanji is Fayemi's boy. So presidency say, Oyebanji, we cannot trust you. We can't trust you because the guy that brought you to power is working against APC. So how do you expect us to trust you? Because if you mistakenly win second term, you can go and decamp to ADC. Because your guy that brought you is one leg in, one leg out. So if you want us to trust you, first of all, you have to go and sack all former Governor Fayemi's commissioners. You have to sack them now. That's the first step. And there will be primaries in APC because they can't trust you. So our Oga, Mr. Oyebanji, quickly went to Ekiti and sacked all the commissioners. Now, okay, you guys are working for, they said we are working for former Governor Fayemi. I don't want to allow all the Fayemi's recommended appointees and commissioners. all of you should go to your house. I know they do again. So that means fire don't they are yansh. And you see, plus that information still reaching me from the villa is saying, with even after sacking finance commissioner, they still don't trust him. So it is looking like they might not use Oyebanji 2026 APC. So you see now, if we don't fit catch you, presidency fit catch you.
You see, sometimes the problems I have with these people is we know laws. We have learned lawyers, sons, who knows the constitutions, who knows the rule of laws, the constitutions. They know, but there's a lot of things is going wrong, but there's nothing they can do. We are always speaking, reacting to issues. But what are we doing to stop these problems? These are problems before us. We see this is happening before. What are we doing to stopping this, to make sure it does not happen again? Now, this lawyer is talking about reward to this judiciary, rewarding them. It is not constitutional. You don't have to do that. It's condemnable. What are we doing to stop it? Nothing. And you don't expect somebody who has been gifted or something not to accept it. The gifter, the person who is giving you this, he knows reasons why they are giving you. If they are bribing you ahead of the next election. So what are we saying? This is not constitutional. This is not acceptable. This is condemnable. Hey, does it stop the issues? Does it stop Wike not to reward these people? Does it stop Tinubu not to reward them? We talk, we go home without action. You see, we're seeing what is going on under Wike, under Tinubu. They have decided to reward the judges, increase their salary, give them cars. Hey, these people, like this man said, if this is constitutional, you want to help them, put this into their budget, give them their own department, their own, include this so that they can use the money to do whatever they are lacking, not individual, a political person who is bidding for office, rewarding them. We saw what happened in 2023 presidential election when the matter goes to the court. Now, it's the same thing. So, in 2027, if you cannot defeat APC at the ballot, don't forget about it. Nobody should talk about going to the court. It's useless. It's waste of time, waste of energy. I've said this before many times. So, that is just it. Somebody is rewarded them. What do you expect? Is that person going to go against them, vote against them? No, it's not going to go against them. So, they need to collect the gift. They are not going to say no to them. And now, that being said, you see what is going on in the north. If not because that we just say Tinubu government is bad, Tinubu is really dealing with everybody. The north has no reasons, have no business with this thing, with presidential election this time, and they don't have any reasons to complain. I said it before, even before Tinubu, they have no business to complain about who is ruling this country, about the failure of the person currently ruling this country now, because their own persons has failed. They have failed. They don't have any business or any reasons whatsoever to complain about the collapsing of this country, about the poverty rate in this country, about unemployment, about this, about that. They don't have no business. They don't have reasons to complain because they have failed. 16. Do you know what it takes to have how many presidents from the north? They have not done anything about it. Is it just to call yourself a president or head of state without doing nothing? What have you done for your citizens? I've been saying it. If the northerners, with the power, with the opportunity they had to rule this country, if they have done well, we shouldn't be talking about Tinubu failed today. You would have laid the foundation that whoever comes after you will follow. And now Buhari laid a very bad foundation. Tinubu is following the foundation of Buhari because he said that he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped. Obviously, he's doing exactly the same. Do you understand? So if the northerners, with the opportunity they had to rule this country, how many presidents? Do you know what it is? So they have no business to complain. They have no reasons to complain. Every time, yes, even this, if you guys truly mean well for this country, would you have supported Tinubu in 2023 presidential election? If not for your greediness, if not for your selfish interest, because of what you guys stands to gain from Tinubu, now Tinubu is dealing with you guys and they are complaining. Would you have, if the northerner has not supported Tinubu in 2023, Tinubu wouldn't have been the president. Who do they use to rig election? INEC from the north. Who supported Tinubu? Who supported Tinubu massively from the north? The north giving the vote. If not for the north, Tinubu wouldn't have been the president of this country. Is it not the country where we decided to reward people who are doing bad, people who have failed woefully? We decided to reward people who are glorify abnormality instead of normality. Is it not? So why we complain? The country has failed. has failed. Now Atiku is coming again. I see Atiku is saying it's me again, it's me, it must be me. After you contested election for 6 good times, you failed. When you were young, you failed, and you still continue again, say it must be me. It shows that level of desperation you have. You just want to call yourself a president before mama call, before you go to the other side, just to say yes, you were once a president of this country. It's not as if you have anything to offer. If you have anything to offer, you should have stayed at home. Nigerians should have been the one looking for you. Say it must be Atiku. Now just imagine the way the way people are calling Jonathan now. They realize that Jonathan was the best, and all the Northerners who were against Jonathan that time, they are now apologizing. They have apologized that they were wrong, they got it wrong, misinformation, and all the things they said about Jonathan, they take them back, that they are sorry, so that Jonathan will come back. They want to deceive Jonathan. Jonathan is not coming back. Jonathan is not interested again. If Atiku is this kind of person who have integrity, who truly believe in the interest of this country, Nigeria would have been the one looking for him, say it must be Atiku. But now Nigerians say no to Atiku. Even people from the north say no. Why must it be Atiku? It shows the level of desperation. It does not have anything to offer. If for example, he had the opportunity, which is never going to get that opportunity, he will do the same thing, exactly what Buhari did. Buhari was a Fulani person. Atiku is also a Fulani person. So what are we saying? What business do these people have? All the time. Well, if they have used the opportunity they have to develop this country, we will not be complaining about the failure of any president who comes after them. If they have rule, if they have law that is working, that the Northerners are working set, that you must do this, we must do this. It shouldn't be like this. If Buhari has fixed electricity, will not be complaining Tinubu should go and fix electricity. Would have been talking about something Tinubu should do another thing. If Buhari has fixed all Nigerian roads, will not be holding Tinubu accountable to go and fix roads. Do you understand? We not. If Buhari has created employment for this country, the youth, we wouldn't have been complaining about hunger. The youth wouldn't have been everywhere trying to survive. We wouldn't have been complaining. If he had created employment for people, people wouldn't have been jacked into other countries. But because he failed, and now Tinubu, instead of him to settle down, see, okay, this is where Buhari got it wrong, this is what we are going to do, and he decided to follow Buhari's footstep that does not benefit Nigerians, doing exactly the same thing, and the country is going down, sinking, collapsing under Tinubu. Watch, just imagine. And now Tinubu say he want to do 8 years. Buhari did 8 years. Now say he not go do 8 years. The power has to come back to the north for what? Now only north you go see on election day they use children who are not up to the age of voting to vote. They import these people, the terrorists that are disturbing Nigeria, they import them to this country. If not, we don't have any. Nigeria is blessed. We have everything. But they know if they are not ready to move forward, please, I said it, divide this country. Many times, how many times? The Northerners are not ready for development. They are not ready for development. They don't want to see this country develop. It is not in their agenda to see this country develop. What matters to them is just to president and do nothing with it. And secondly, to Islamize this country. I don't know until they Islamize this country before they can develop the country. I don't know. That is their agenda. It's not going to work for them. You can't force we can't force people who does not buy into your idea of Islamization, force them to believe in your religion. It's not going to work. Never. Never. If they are not ready, let's divide this country. They are not ready. And now, we are divided. Only the name Nigeria that's the only thing that is making us believe that we are one Nigeria. We are not one Nigeria. In terms of belief, everything, cultural difference, everything, the hatred is too much already. So there's no development that can work under this name called one Nigeria. It's a fraud, it's a scam. If you don't know, say one Nigeria. One Nigeria. There's no, I don't think there's any president, even if we are believing that Peter Obi is going to do a lot, it's going to change. Yes, it will do a lot, but hey, it's not going to give us Dubai overnight without the Northerners are not ready. Except he will force them to believe in what they are doing, that this is what I want to do. You guys must believe, you guys must obey, you guys must follow. Otherwise, it's not going to work because they believe that they have the numbers. Anyways, appreciate this video and please subscribe to this YouTube channel now.